What up, Ho Biscuits? It's your girl Skitten, back at it again. First and foremost, I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope you guys are staying safe and sanitized. And I know some of you guys feel like, oh my god, it's 2023, we're 3 years out from the pandemic. Why are you still saying that? Let me tell you something. Okay? My sister-in-law's mother-in-law, not my mom, okay? Last time I talked about this, somebody was like, your sister-in-law's mother-in-law would be your mom. No, I am talking about her husband's mother. Anyway, my sister-in-law's mother-in-law has COVID, and we're pretty sure her man has COVID too, because like, let's be real, if your partner has something, you probably have it, right? Like, you probably got it. Anywho's, she has COVID. So just know, COVID is still out there and it's closer than you think. It's closer than you think. And I'm not saying this to try to scare you. I'm just advising y'all to be cautious, okay? And don't be letting people kiss you on your face when they see you. Like, oh my God, stop that. Get back your lips up, okay? Don't be letting them kiss you on the face. Don't be letting them share your drink, okay? Because they'll be out there at dinner like, and they're like, oh, I'm fine. They're not fine. They're not fine, okay? I'm just saying, don't do it, okay? You gotta be cautious out here. Gotta be careful. We gotta be protecting our space. Personal bubbles have always been important, but are like super important now, okay? You feel me? Y'all feel me? Anywho's, today we are actually here for some Reddit content. I know I haven't done any Reddit content in a while. I've been promising it to you guys. It's here. I got you. Mama's got you. No worries. We are here for some Am I the Asshole? You guys know it's my favorite freaking subreddit. I feel like a lot of the stories on it are super fake. A lot of them are AI generated now, but also sometimes like it's kind of fun. And I feel like as long as we acknowledge that some of these are creative writing exercises, then we can still have a little fun. You feel me? Anyways, I'm super excited to get into this video. I'm super excited to see the discussions that happen in the comments below. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Am I the asshole for mentioning my best friend's former crush on me in a speech at his wedding? I'm going to tell you right now. Yes, you are. A wedding is a super inappropriate place to mention, like, oh my God, the groom used to be like all up in my shit, bro. Like, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? I don't even have to, we're gonna read the rest of the post because maybe there's something redeeming in there, but just know you're an asshole. All right, let's continue. Okay, I'm currently in a predicament, and frankly, I could really use some opinions. For backstory, I met one of my best friends, Christian, back in 2010 during our freshman year of high school. We became friends and remained close over the years since, making a lot of great memories and sharing mutual close friends. From 2013 to 2016, Christian had pretty serious unrequited feelings for me. However, he eventually got over me, and I had never even let his feelings harm our friendship. If anything, our friendship honestly got closer after he got over me. Pause. Question. How do you know about his feelings? How are these feelings relayed to you? How did you deal with this? Like, how did this go? Because was it one of those things where he was like, I'm in love with you, blah, 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 and you were like, hold up, back up, homie? Or were you like stringing him along? I'm just curious. I just want to know, you know, some little details in there could help with the situation. But okay, great. He gets over you. Excellent. Good for him. In early 2018, Christian met Victoria at a bar and they hit it off. They started dating after 2 weeks, got engaged in late 2021, and the wedding happened yesterday night. It was honestly a great time as I watched with my parents and mutual friends as this kid I've known for 12 years was getting married to the love of his life. Plus, Victoria and I honestly had a pretty decent relationship, and according to Christian, she didn't really seem to care about his past feelings as time went on. I mean, yeah, because he's been over you, girl. Like, he's been over you. Anyway, as the night kept going with a lot of music and dancing, I got up to eventually give a speech for Christian. I talked about how we first met, how much our lives changed since then, and just how great of a person Christian was. And then you stopped the speech, right? Because that's all you need to say in a wedding speech. So that's when you stopped the speech, right? we're gonna continue. But that's where the speech should have ended. That's where it should have stopped, and we wouldn't have no problems. The attendees were clearly touched. Pause again. Just to be clear, no, they weren't. Okay? At a wedding, and this is spoken as someone who's been to several weddings now, people will watch politely as you give your speeches, right? But nobody really cares about the speeches. We're watching because like we have to. Obviously it'd be rude not to. And maybe like when the mom and the dad talk, right? People care. But like, to be real, everyone's just kind of waiting for the festivities to continue on. They're waiting for when they can, eat again or drink again or get back out on the dance floor. The attendees were clearly touched, and Christian and Victoria both looked happy. As I talked more about our history, I jokingly mentioned how Christian had the hots for me, but that didn't matter because he found his soulmate and our friendship was stronger than some unrequited feelings. Why would you talk about this? Are you dumb? Are you stupid? What is wrong with you? I'm not even gonna say that like this was mean-spirited in nature because I don't think you were being malicious. I just think you're an idiot. Why would you talk about why when you're here celebrating his love for somebody else? Why would you bring up the fact that he used to be in love with you? First and foremost, when he was quote unquote in love with you, he was what? Maybe 17, 18? Like, it's 2023 now. He's in his 20s. Girl, please get over yourself. But also just like, do you have no sense of what is appropriate and inappropriate? Do you have no sense of etiquette? Like, I don't understand. I don't get why you would do this. Like, there's so many other things you could talk about in regards to your history that don't encompass the fact that he used to have feelings for you. Like, it really just seemed like you wanted to like be like, oh, he loved me first, but but now he got you, girl. Why would you do that? Why would you? Most of the crowd laughed. Again, people are being polite. And I could even see Christian smiling for a second before seeing Victoria's confused face. After the speech was over, I went over to the bar with a few friends. Christian came up and hugged me, thanking me for the speech. However, at our hotel, one of my other best friends, Devin, told me she had heard gossip from the bridesmaids that Victoria was really upset with me for bringing up Christian's previous feelings for me at the wedding. As she should. Really? She should have had you escorted out of the venue. She's a better woman than me. Apparently, Victoria genuinely had no issue with Christian's feelings, but felt it was inappropriate to mention them at a wedding, and they were. I sincerely intended no harm with my actions. Maybe I didn't read the room. You're at a wedding. How hard can it be to read the room? Everyone I've told is honestly split on whether I'm the bad guy or not, so it's definitely been polarizing. Christian hasn't mentioned any of this to me, and I'm not sure I should ask him. Am I the asshole? So I tried, right? I did. I was really hoping that you were going to bring this around, make it something that was even marginally acceptable. But you screwed this up so spectacularly. I am truly floored at how you managed to take a wedding speech about your best friend and his wife and make it about yourself. Like, that's really impressive and awful of you. And like, Christian's a man. So he is maybe not gonna see the weird territorial thing that you just did, right? But his wife peeped your game. And like I said, she's a better woman than me because I would have had you kick the fuck out of the wedding. That shit would, cause why would you say that? Why would you do that? That's disrespectful. All right, looks like there's a couple edits to the post, so let's see what happens. Edit, to those of you asking about whether the speech was planned or impromptu, I had asked Christian's parents beforehand if I could give a speech and they were more than happy with it. They should have reviewed your speech first, I guess. People have to stop with the assumptions that this has anything to do with me having feelings though. Yeah, saying that my speech was probs an idiot move, definitely an idiot move. But my sincere intention was to tell everyone about our 12 years of friendship and some of its history. And like I said, people were touched up until my fateful joke. So you guys have 12 years of history, and you wanted to touch on those 12 years of history. And in those 12 years, one of the main things that you decided to focus on was the fact that he used to have feelings for you? There was nothing else in that 12 years that was noteworthy and also appropriate to bring up at a wedding? At his wedding? You're telling me that in the 12 years that you guys have been friends, one of the biggest things for you was the unrequited feelings that he had that you didn't reciprocate and that you didn't let affect your friendship, but apparently have kept in mind all these years. Girl. Edit number 2. Update. I've accepted I'm the asshole, everyone. Good. I'm glad you know. I genuinely didn't mean any ill will bringing the crush up. It really was a way to reminisce on me and Christian's history of friendship and how far we had come. But I've realized now the wedding was the worst possible time to bring that up, even if Victoria didn't care about the feelings in the past. I talked with Christian for a bit, and having known me for 12 years, he wasn't too mad, as he said he understood I didn't have intentionally ill motives. He did tell me I needed to apologize to Victoria. I told him I wanted to do it anyway, and I called and apologized to Victoria on the phone. We talked for around 2 hours about the whole thing, and she understood I wasn't intentionally trying to hurt either of them. I said it was unacceptable of me to ruin their wedding day, but Victoria assured me it was still a wonderful day for them, and she was happy I realized my fault. So yes, we're all pretty much good again, and I will watch it more with this stuff in the future. To those of you who gave me feedback in a civil manner, thanks for opening my eyes. I love a happy ending. I love when someone who does something wrong realizes that they've done something wrong and then makes amends. That makes me very happy. With that said, I'm a little bit confused because she says everyone I've told is honestly split on whether I'm the bad guy or not, so it's definitely been polarizing, and I don't understand how people are split, I guess. But what I'm thinking is because people know this girl and that they know that OP is generally not a malicious person, not a spiteful person, probably not even somebody who tries to like grab attention for themselves. I think because people know that, they're saying you're not in the wrong because you weren't trying to harm anybody. And everyone else is like, but what you did was still wrong. And I really feel like it's that whole conversation about intent versus impact, right? Her intention was probably great. Her intention was probably good. She a little thick, okay? She a little dummy dumb, but whatever. People are allowed to be stupid. But so her intent was good, but the impact makes you seem like a bitch. Like, I can't even think of a better word for it. You know what I mean? It makes it seem like you're like, not like you're trying to steal her man, but like you're like, oh, you have my leftovers, bitch. You feel me? Anyway, but like I said, love a happy ending. I love that OP recognized, oh man, I did mess up. Because it would be easy for her to be like, oh, people are split. I'm gonna side with the people who say that I'm right and everyone else is overreacting. And people do that all the time. We see people double down all the time. All right, so it looks like OP didn't leave us any comments to peruse through. So let's just see what the internet has to say about it. I feel like I'm pretty sure that people will agree with me, but you know, there's always outliers. There's always that one person who's like, no, what you did is completely fine and great. So let's see. All right, so this person said, oh, you pulled the he was into me first card. That's exactly what I said. He was in love with me, but I turned him down, so now he's with you. Yeah, you're the asshole. How tasteless. Yeah, no, super, like, in very bad taste. Very poor taste. I agree, this screams I should always be the center of attention, intended or not. Also, your crush was such an ego boost that I still revel in it 6 years after it ended. That's what gets me. Maybe if he had been in love with you, like, right before he met this girl, right? Like he moved on from you into her, I would see why you still thought about it. I still don't know why you would bring it up at the wedding, but I would see why you like still thought about it occasionally, whatever. But it's been over half a decade, girl. Like, he's over it. You should be too. This person said, this is what it was all about. OP can deny it all she wants, but this was not about celebrating years of friendship with her friend, but about stroking her own ego one last time. There's a couple comments in here talking about why she would ask the parents as opposed to the bride and groom. I do think that's a little bit weird, but I just kind of assumed that the parents were more involved with the planning of everything. So it would be the parents that you would ask. That's just kind of what I assumed. Maybe I was giving OP a little too much grace. Of course, the typical armchair diagnoses of narcissism. It's appropriate to talk about your friendship as long as the focus is on the person getting married and paints them in a favorable light. Like describing a time when they did something kind for you. Even lighthearted teasing is fine if it's about something non-controversial, like their Star Wars obsession, but mentioning that they had a crush on you or anyone other than their partner crosses every line. Yup, never mention exes or crushes in a wedding speech. It's tacky. You discuss the person you're closer to, say some nice things about the other person. You can ask around for info if you don't know them well. Talk about how happy they make each other and wish them well. It's a basic formula that's hard to fuck up. Dry lengthiness 5574 makes a really good point, makes a really good comment that I didn't really think about, or I should say I didn't think about in so many words. Like I had this general feeling, but it wasn't something that like I really had articulated in my mind yet. But they said the edit of saying her intention was to tell everyone about their 12-year friendship and its history doesn't help. The wedding speech is supposed to be about them and their relationship, and by them, I don't mean OP and the groom. And that is absolutely correct, and I think really touches on why this feels so icky for people. When you give a speech at a wedding, yeah, some of it is supposed to be about your relationship with the person getting married, whoever you're closer to, right? But it's also supposed to be about celebrating that person and their relationship with their spouse. That's what it's about. Like, yeah, it's cool, fun, cute to reminisce on your friendship, right? But you're supposed to tie it back to their relationship, and not in the way that she did, insofar as being like, haha, he was in love with both of us, didn't you know? OP indirectly called the bride a consolation prize. Yeah, no, that's basically what she said, unfortunately. And low temperature 9455 says, I have a theory about why she did this. OP claims the point of the impromptu speech was to talk about her amazing close friendship with the groom that has spanned 12 years since high school, and they basically grew up together. In the course of the speech, she drops out the nugget that he was into her when they were younger, but that didn't matter because he found his soulmate, and our friendship was stronger than some unrequited feelings. Another friend then hears from the bridesmaids that the bride was understandably miffed. OP wasn't in the wedding party. Not on the bride side, you know, the girl Christian met in a bar with whom OP honestly had a pretty decent relationship. Note the past tense. Not on the groom side, one of her bestest friends who 12 years, high school, really close, etc. I think she's salty that she wasn't asked to participate in the wedding. She had to watch it with her parents instead. She had to ask his parents permission to be allowed to make a speech. This wasn't just a power play, although that is undoubtedly what it was. This was petty vengeance, and I actually didn't even think about this. If you're so close with this man, why didn't he ask you to make a speech? If you're so close, why are you not involved in the wedding in any particular way? That is actually very interesting. And not something that I had considered. And last but not least, you'll be forever known as the groom's female friend who said he was into me first during a speech at the wedding. There's a time and place for jokes like that, but a speech at a wedding reception isn't one of them. And that's basically how I feel. But unfortunately, you can't go back in time. Like OP can't go back and fix this. All she can do is apologize and move on and know that, you know, the groom's great aunt's daughter's husband thinks, man, that girl is in love with Christian, blah, blah, blah. Some family members are gossiping that Christian and Victoria aren't gonna make it because OP and Christian are in love, or OP is in love with Christian, yada, yada, yada. Like, girl, you wanted the attention and you got it. So, and I don't think you can argue that you didn't want the attention, because nobody who doesn't want attention gives a speech voluntarily. Anyway, Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what your guys' opinions are about this. I feel like it's pretty black and white, cut and dry, but I am definitely open to hearing what you guys think and how you guys feel about it. Do you think everyone sucks? Do you think the parents are to blame? Do you think that she's not the asshole? Do you think no one's an asshole here? Let me know how you guys feel about it. You guys know I'm always down to hear your opinions and hear what you guys think. I am moving on to the next video, and just a reminder, do not forget to leave your reaction requests and recommendations down in the comments below. And other than that, peace out, Hope Biscuits. It's Skittin' Lit.